Welcome, Ks fans. This is a special broadcast of KTV, proudly sponsored by Bright Light Windows and Doors. James Barrett-Sterling here, and I've been joined by a couple of guests. We've got a special event going on at the Cray Wanderers game on Saturday the 20th, kick-off 3 o'clock. We're going to be joined by some of the young carers from the KCN, which is the Kingston Carers Network, who the club are in partnership with. I've been joined by Liz Grimwood, who is the team leader over there at KCN. The Young Carers Service, Liz, is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
Excellent. And of course, Case fans will recognise Mr. John Bangs. John, where's the Teddy? Kingston Ted didn't make it today.
Well, he had a word with his media people and said this wasn't really an appropriate interview for him. He'll be there on Saturday, though. He's a bit camera shy today.
All right, okay. I'll get my people to talk to his people, see if we can get him on at some point. But just in case you're not aware, Case fans, KCN is a local registered charity, provides independent information and advice and advocacy and support to people who care for someone living in the Royal Borough of Kingston-on-Thames, of which is a part of. Liz, maybe we could start by just asking you that typically I read on the website that there's 2 or 3 young carers, which is the bracket of age 5 to 18 in sort of any class. That sounds quite a lot. People might not realise that.
Yeah, we've got actually about 850 young carers registered with us in the borough. They all care for someone at home that may have a mental health diagnosis, a physical, a sensory impairment, a sibling with additional needs, or a parental substance misuse. So we take referrals for all these children and get them together to do nice fun activities.
Excellent. And John, can I ask you how the partnership between Ks and the KCN sort of came about?
Well, about 4 years ago, I offered to help the club with community liaison stuff. They had done some things in the past when Alan Dowson was manager. He did a bit of stuff, but it seemed like a good idea, and the directors were very keen on the idea when I suggested it to them. And I happened to work in the carers field for work, so I sort of put the 2 things together and asked if Kingston Carers Network would be interested, and they were. So we developed the idea of a community partnership. We had an event on back in 2017 at Kings Meadow, and that was really successful. So we've just carried on repeating things, and it's evolved a bit, which we can talk about in a minute, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Liz, do you want to just give an indication of how important it is for the KCN to be working with local entities like Kingstonian? I know you work with other partners as well. What does that mean to the business?
Well, it just means to the young carers that they can get a break from their caring role and to come to football matches that they might not be able to do if they've got a parent that's in a wheelchair, say. So it's really nice that we can go along and have this partnership and take our young carers to football matches so that they can have a break from their caring role and actually keep up to something that they might like and have an interest in.
Excellent. So sorry, John, you were going to say, please.
Well, actually, you mentioned Kingstonian Ted, but we got this 5-foot teddy bear for the young carers, actually, when they first visited King George's Field, and he was very popular with some of the fans anyway. I think, not sure that some of the blokes behind the goal want the teddy bear with them, but he was brought along for the kids, and so we made the bear a club mascot. And some people, when they hear about Kingstonian Ted, think it's a bloke in a teddy bear suit, but it isn't. He's a real teddy bear. The bear and his little sister will be there to meet the young carers on Saturday. So that's how he evolved. So the Kingstonian Ted came on board through the partnership with young carers.
Excellent. He is a real teddy bear because he's got his own Twitter account. I've seen it with my own eyes.
When Hayden, our manager, came, he actually thought the bear was going to be someone in a suit, but I said, no, it's not. It's a teddy bear.
So looking forward to Saturday then. What are Kingstonian doing to welcome the KCN down, John? What's gonna happen, and what are they being treated to?
Well, I think our guests are coming at around 2:00, and we've arranged for them to access the burger bar for free, and we've also got a number of goodies. We've got some little chocolate Santas and one or two other bits and pieces, some Kingstonian young carers t-shirts for them. There's going to be 11 of the young carers there as mascots, and they'll get a free mascot shirt to keep. And we've got some cakes and other stuff for half time. So hopefully they'll have a good time. And we hope our team put on a good show and win for them.
Absolutely, I'll second that. Liz, what's been the response from some of the young carers when you've done this sort of thing in the past?
Well, they actually love it, and they do remember going, a few years ago. They get a lot out of it, and it's a very memorable day for them. Kingstonian and John go, the extra mile, and always put, give us balloons or sweets or drinks and things, and so the children really feel treated. And then they sit and watch the show and cheer for Kingstonian, and it's just a lovely atmosphere, and we're very, very grateful to John and the Kingstonian guys for doing this for us.
Oh, great stuff. And if there are Ks fans that are watching that maybe want to try and get involved with the KCN, what avenues can they explore?
So, John, do you want to answer that?
Well, people could help the supporters club with our community program, but of course, if anyone was really interested, they could approach Kingston Carers Network directly as a volunteer. I know that you have a volunteer program, don't you, Liz?
We do. We have a volunteer coordinator that would welcome volunteers to help us with our activities. So yes, they could do that or contact Kingstonian.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a bit more person power, we might be able to do even more stuff. I mean, as well as these days at the matches, which we have 2 a year, the next one after Saturday will be on the 18th, I think it is, Easter Bank Holiday Monday anyway, at home to Leatherhead. I think you guys are coming to see us then as well. But we also have in the school holidays, each school holiday, we have a coaching session, and the last 2 have been at Goals in Tolworth, and they were treated to a UEFA B qualified coach to do coaching, and then the young carers had lunch afterwards, didn't they? And that seemed quite popular as well.
Good stuff. Liz, may I ask you, what's it been like during the sort of pandemic, the last 18, 24 months for KCN? Has it been a difficult ride? How have you found things?
Yeah, it has been difficult because we weren't able to see our young carers face to face for probably about a year. So we had to come up with different ways of communicating with them. We did this through Zoom and games on Zoom, but also we was very proactive in the office, making up activity packs to keep them busy at home. It could have been a gardening pack or a canvas art painting pack or cooking pack. So we had to change the way we did things to keep in contact. But it's really lovely now. Since about May time, we've been back seeing our young carers, and they've really grown. We've noticed, and I think the days at Goals that we've done this year have been absolutely amazing. The coach was so enthusiastic, and the children just absolutely loved their day there. It was a really truly memorable day for them.
Brilliant. Can I ask how many young carers KCN support at the moment? And I've heard that you kind of reach out to schools to sort of bolster the numbers when you can.
Yeah, so we have about 850 young carers registered with us. They're aged between 5 and 21. We work with schools as well in the borough. and can go into schools and do assemblies to raise awareness of young carers. We do have some lunch clubs which we go into some secondary schools on a monthly basis to visit young carers that may not be able to come to our activities because of their caring role. We see them in school as well, so we are out there in the borough.
Are there many, like 5 years old seems particularly young for someone to be classed as a carer? Could you just maybe distill that down a little bit so it makes a little bit more sense?
I have been out to visit children at home, and they've got siblings at 3 that would care. Now that could be that maybe a parent is diabetic and the child knows where the insulin is in the fridge, so it may go to the fridge if mum has a hypo, or dad will know what to do, and it's just amazing. You wouldn't have thought that at 5, but it goes lower, but we're insured from the age 5. So obviously we have children that are referred at 4 and we can't take them until they're actually 5, but it is amazing to see them do all these lovely things.
Absolutely, yeah, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. John, this partnership sounds like it's pretty successful. Is it something that other football clubs could maybe get involved in?
Most definitely it is. I mean, we shared some information via Guildford Diocese have a community programme, and they. I happen to know the guy who was there at the time, and he said, "Did we mind if they?" The Bishop of Dorking went to Woking FC and said, "How can the church help you?" And so they had a conversation about that, and the suggestion was made, "Why don't we do a Young Carers Day?" So Woking FC and then Aldershot Town have both had days modelled on what we've done, and I think they've been successful. I know that some other clubs have, quite separate from us, thought of this as well. I mean, I know that Brentford have done stuff since they were in League One with their local Young Carers Centre. Crystal Palace have done some coaching in the past. I don't know if they still do. This is just stuff I picked up on the internet, but and I know AFC Wigan, for example, have got do some work with their local Young Carers services. But actually, it's a really straightforward way, in a sense, for football clubs to make contact with. I mean, there are Young Carers services in most areas of the country, and it would be something that many football clubs could do, to be honest. And I think you've heard some of the benefits of it. I mean, it's good PR for the club. It brings along some extra support and enthusiasm, and it helps one's presence with the local community. So it's sort of the old cliche about win-win, which is what we like to see on the score sheets as well, isn't it?
We do. A long line of W's is always welcome, of course.
Absolutely.
Brilliant stuff. Okay, great. Well, Liz, we're very much looking forward to welcoming you and the kids down on Saturday. Ks fans, kickoff is a typical 3 o'clock against Cray Wanderers. Should be a decent match. John, is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
No, well, as my mum taught me to say when I was little, thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. Liz, do you want to throw anything in at the day?
No, just thank you, and we're looking forward to Saturday's match.
Excellent, good stuff. We are as well. Well, that's it, Ks fans. As I say, 20th of November, Saturday, 3 o'clock, Kingstonian against Cray Wanderers. KCN will be there, and obviously we'll be there as well. So we'll see you soon.
Thank you.